Imagine you are running a store selling hundreds of technology products, phones, copiers, machines, and accessories. But here's the big question. Which ones are actually making us money and which ones are slightly draining our profits? That's exactly what I'm exploring in this break-even analysis for my data visualization and storytelling subject. Today, I'll take you through profit analysis, margins, and a break-even model and show how we can use Excel tools like pivot tables and what-if analysis to guide business decisions. For this project, I'm using the Superstore dataset, which I downloaded from Kako. It's a well-known retail dataset containing thousands of transactions across different products, including technology, furniture, and office supplies. Each row represents a customer order with details such as sales, profit, quantity, and cost. And for my analysis, I just chose 1,235 sample rows and focused on the technology category because it includes a mix of subcategories and gives us different profit patterns to explore. This makes it an ideal dataset for demonstrating visualization and storytelling in business analytics. To make this analysis clear, I'll cover it in 5 parts. First, I will look at total profits by subcategory. Second, I will compare the profit margins across these categories. Third, I will show you how sales, cost, and profit interact together. Fourth, I will build a break-even model for phones, including a scenario table and chart. Finally, I will apply what-if analysis to test different business scenarios. So let's get started with the profit breakdown. The dataset already gave us the profits for every product. You can see here, accessories and phones are clear winners, showing strong profit contributions. Copiers are positive but less impressive. Interestingly, machines actually generate losses around -$1,600. This immediately highlights where management should take action. For the following analysis, I added calculation in Excel to generate the total costs, profit margin, unit price, and unit cost. Now, let's move to the profit margin. Here is the pivot table I created from the raw data and new statistic after calculations. For the profit margin, I need to use calculation field instead of inserting directly the data to the pivot table to prevent wrong outputs. Profit margin tells a slightly different story. Copiers, although small in sales, deliver the highest margin of 36.5%. Accessories are strong at 26.1%. Phones, while profitable in total, only run at a 40.4% margin, meaning they require much higher volume to remain attractive. Machines again show negative margins, confirming they are not sustainable. Here's the bigger picture: sales, cost, and profit together. The blue bars represent total sales revenue, while the orange bars show total costs. The wheel line tracks the profits, which is the difference between sales and costs. Starting with accessories, sales are higher than costs, resulting in a healthy profit of around $6,600. This shows accessories are generating positive returns. Copiers also show profit, nearly $4,000, although the scale is smaller compared to accessories. So, both sales and costs are lower in this category, but profitability is still positive. The most critical observation is with machines. Here, costs are actually greater than sales, producing a negative profit. This is highlighted by the red marker point on the profit line. This tells us that machines are unprofitable in this dataset, which would be a key area for managerial concern. Either cost needs to be reduced or sales strategies must improve. To go deeper, I built a break-even model for phones, and using the total sales, costs, and quantity, I calculated a weighted unit price of about $91.50 and a unit cost of $78.35. This gives a contribution margin of $30.17 per unit. And applying this formula, with a $10,000 fixed cost, the break-even point is around 759 units. Additionally, if you want to test the revenue and costs with multiple units, I will show you how to use the fill function to fill in the huge quantity without manual typing. You will see how powerful it is. First, just type the starting number, then find fill in the Home tab. Choose the step value. Here you want it to be 50 and stop value is 1000. Click the columns so they will appear vertically and press OK. This is really effective and efficient when you do not have 1,000 units but 100,000 units and you don't have to type it manually. After that, we will try calculating the revenue by taking the units multiplied by weighted unit price. But remember to fix the unit price so that it wouldn't change when you copy-paste. See how it works after filling? Then total costs equals to fixed costs plus unit times weighted unit costs. And don't forget to put $sign in fixed costs and unit cost. Finally, the last one is profit. Profit equals revenue minus total cost. Drag it down and yes, we have created successfully the scenario table. Now, from the data, we can create a chart. The chart shows revenue and cost lines. At lower volumes, costs dominate. When we pass the break-even point, the red dot, the business starts making profits. And phones need to sell at least 759 units to cover both fixed and variable costs. In this last part, I will show you the what-if analysis that help us find break-even point and test different scenarios. Here, I already have the break-even model for the phone subcategory. You can see my total revenue, total costs, and profit calculations on the screen. Right now, the profit cell shows a value based on my inputs. What I want to know is, at what number of units sold will my profit become exactly 0? That's my break-even point. To do this, go to the top menu and click on Data, What If Analysis, Go Seek. In the Go Seek window, Set Cell, select the profit cell. To value, type 0. Since we want the profit to be 0 at break-even, by changing cell, select the cell for quantity sold. Then click OK. Excel will automatically calculate the number of units where profit equals 0. You can see that the quantity changes to around 759 units, which matches our manual break-even calculation earlier. And that's how you use GoSeek for break-even analysis in Excel. Simple, visual, and effective. Next, I'm using Excel Scenario Manager to test how changes in cost and price affect the break-even point for the phone category. To open the tool, I go to Data, What If Analysis, and click Scenario Manager. Here, I can select any of the scenarios I've created and click Show to instantly see how the numbers in my break-even model change. I've already set up 3 scenarios, Scenario 1, 2, and 3, each representing different business conditions with adjusted fixed costs, unit price, and unit cost. In this case, I'm trying to change the quantity of the products. In the Scenario 1, I changed to 50 hundreds. In Scenario 2, I changed the quantity to 10,000. And I created a new scenario called Scenario 4 and make it become 450 units. So let's see the results. This is the Scenario 1 after I changed to 15,000, and the Scenario 2, 3, and the new one, Scenario 4. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see that the profit now become negative. So, this clearly shows how sensitive profitability can be when business conditions change. Using Excel Scenario Manager, I tested scenarios like higher fixed costs. The model immediately recalculates break-even units. This tool is powerful because it shows management how sensitive profits are to pricing, costs, and fixed investments. It turns the raw numbers into a real business insight. And that's my analysis for technology category and phones break-even point. Through data visualizations and what-if analysis, we can see clearly how sales, cost, and profit interact in real business decisions. Thank you so much for watching.